thing is that when you do this for a while, like I still go out and I'm consulting and talking about all the things, but I'm just ready to get where I can just make a difference that lasts, that carries with me in an organization, like that is a positive, that brings people back in an organization. Somebody that likes creative, that can show a way to consider people, that doesn't look at an environment of saying, okay, we have this talent and we have new skills, so let's hire new people, because guess what? The new skills needed, they don't exist. Why don't we find a way to train our people? Why don't we make it about the people that have given?
Welcome to the Who You Know Show, where what you know is important, but who you know can make all the difference in your wealth, health, business, career, your relationships, and definitely in your life. And we're here to help you to level up, get noticed, and connect to your next opportunity. So today's episode is personal, okay? I'm sitting down with Melissa Walker.
Woo!
Woo, woo! Yeah, that's right.
It's a party.
And she's someone who has believed in me when I was just starting out. Years ago, she invited me on her show, and I was terrified, but that single moment is what helped launch everything that you're seeing here today. So I'm super excited to have you here with us. Melissa is now in transition. And so on this episode, we're going full circle, all right? And we're going to be telling the story of how this show began. We're going to be highlighting Melissa's incredible experience. We're going to talk about that. And I'm also going to walk through and maybe coach on a few different areas that could help her in some of the challenges that she's facing today in the job search. So I'm super excited about today's episode. But let's go back, Melissa. Let's take it way back. Way back like faux flats on a Cadillac. That was like maybe 8 years ago or so.
It was like 2017, 18.
Yeah. We started the show 2018, so it would have been 2017 probably.
I actually looked online the other day and I saw an old picture of us.
Yeah.
Where we're like fighting or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was actually pretty cute. I actually found a bunch of the old pictures in the video.
That's crazy. Yeah, that was my first ever appearance on anything. And that was crazy. So 8 years ago.
And we saw the gleam in your eyes day one.
Oh, I was terrified. I'm going to tell you that right now. I was like, didn't know. I think I had notes like this maybe. And I was like, and like my hands were like up here. I didn't know what to do with my hands. I was just terrified. Matter of fact, I was so scared I brought Mark with me. Because you invited me. Me and you had sat down and had coffee and we were talking about how to help job seekers and this, that, and the other. And anyway, when you invited me, I was like, yeah. And then I was like, Mark, come over here with me. I need you.
You were kind of like, I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was great. We had a fun time. I think that was literally like maybe my first or second show.
Really?
Yeah, it was my beginning too, actually.
Oh, okay.
I think. I can't really remember. But.
I think you had done a few before. But yeah, because I had seen some stuff that you were doing. And so first of all, let's get into that. What made you decide to do that show back in the day?
Yeah, so one of the big things about me that is just blaring loud is that my goal is to find a way to help people. Help the world, help people. And so at the time, I had started a company that was called Next Career, and it was focused on helping veterans transition into the workplace.
I remember that, yeah.
And so we had a training program, a placement program. One of the big things was our 4-pillar program that taught both corporations and veterans how to transition, because it is a different world.
Oh,
and
totally.
So understanding that. And the goal was to create a way to get our marketing material out there to show the subject matter expertise in helping people with careers and in that specific space, but also to give kind of a ring of reciprocity, which is always my big thing in the world. So to create a way for...
I think you're the first time I ever heard that word.
Really?
Yeah. No, seriously,
That's scary.
No, like that was years ago, but I think that was the first time I ever heard the law of reciprocity and I'd heard you reap what you sow, you hear karma, do unto others, right? You hear those, but I had never heard it. I'd never heard that before. I think you were the first time I'd ever heard that.
Well, I mean, it goes to everything I do, and actually something we'll talk about in a little bit, how I've changed my search approach. to bring in that reciprocity, because, basically the way I look at the world is if everybody's helping everybody, we're all going to make it a lot further. That doesn't mean like slack or do different things, but recognize when people do the good things, not just when things are wrong. Just like a customer service, you always get the, survey results of all the negatives, but people forget the positive. And
Right.
sometimes when you do the positive, it changes things. So the goal was to create a platform that allowed people and companies to find each other. Companies talk about positions, people talk about what they're looking for, maybe find matches, but then the whole audience to help each other, help the companies and the people get placed.
I love that.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win.
It was supposed to be, but the company's marketing departments blocked a lot of them, so we didn't get it to really go the way we'd hoped when we initially did it.
So like compliance and things like that, they didn't want.
Yeah.
Golly, corporate America, y'all need. What's wrong with y'all,
But
man?
you maybe face some of those challenges.
Oh,
in some
yeah.
Of your, yeah,
Oh,
exactly. Yeah.
Oh, trust me, I know compliance. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
In financial services, trust me, I have the only podcast with my. So I own my own company, Clear Path Wealth Strategies, but my broker dealer has a lot of say so in things because they're a Fortune 100 company, and so they got some pull. And anyway, yes, I know compliance.
You have to
very
walk a
well.
very fine line.
Oh, I
Yeah.
bought a tightrope constantly.
Well, I mean, I came from HR, so that's my world anyway.
Yeah, I like. I'm always getting called to the principal's office all the time, but it's not because I'm doing anything wrong. It's just because I'm
Different.
different and I'm outside the box in that space.
Yeah.
Right, in that space.
Well, exactly. 'Cause
Which
you're
is an outdated.
creative.
Yeah, well, no, I don't feel like this is. I mean, look, podcasting has been done for a long time. This is what people are doing nowadays. I mean, me and
Yeah.
you were early adopters in 2017, 2018.
Yeah.
I was an early adopter. Today, this is the norm. Everybody's got a freaking podcast now, especially after COVID.
Yeah.
So I'm not doing anything like outside the box. No, this is very much in the box now. It's
Yeah,
it's
it
become
truly
more.
is.
It's become more mainstream for. I mean, anyway, there's so many advantages. Me and you were just early to adopting it, which was good for us. But okay. Anyway, we kind of
As
digress.
we digress. Yeah.
Okay. What do you think back in the day? Because you saw something in me that helped spark this vision. What was it that you saw back then?
Well,
Yeah. Go ahead. Why did you invite me on that show back then?
Well, so you stood out to me extremely because I remember how we met. It was the most weird thing it seemed at the time. But I had just started my company like a couple years before, and my philosophy was to meet with everybody because I was new. I'd never owned a company, so why turn down a meeting because you never know what it happens.
True.
And that's what you do when you're just aggressive and trying to make it, right? You're trying to figure out what's up and down.
Yep.
And I get this random message, and it's like, just I don't even know what the meeting was or who you were.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, let's just have this meeting. And even when we were talking, I wasn't quite sure where it was going, but quickly I realized that what your main role is, but also what you were doing, which really stood out, which was going above and beyond. So you're not only helping people in a financial way, but what stood out is that you were creative enough to also help people in a better way, in a more empowering way. And so what a better person than you to have on the show, even though you were still getting your feet wet and helping people
Yeah.
with careers.
Yeah, me and you were in the same shoes. We were just getting started trying to figure it all out. And
Right.
And I was like, I had this group that I wanted to serve and wanted to help them, but I wasn't a career strategist or a coach, or I didn't know how to help them. I just knew if I could connect dots. And so I originally reached out to recruiters on LinkedIn and was like,
I was one.
yep. I'm like, let's sit down and talk about it. And so, yeah, that's kind of how it all started.
Which, is interesting. So going back to that, so when you first met me, I was recruiting, or I had a company that was focused on recruiting. And again, our focus was veterans, but it later did expand. And so that was what kind of got the insight to reach out to me. And that's why our creative sparks have always kind of endured. But the funny thing is back then I was coaching people how to find a career. And look where I'm at now, looking for a career.
Well, this is full circle, but that's cool. Okay, so one of the things that I think for the audience that is super important is that, this is a huge lesson I want them to take away. So Melissa reached out to me and, asked for help. because she's been going through the career search, and look, it's hard. Like the job search journey is tough. And so, things have changed over the years, and now that's what I do is I teach people this stuff. So anyway, I'm sure she has a ton of knowledge. I know she does. She has so much knowledge in the job search game, but there's probably a few nuggets that I can. And I said, you know what? Let's just do this on the show.
Yeah, let's just talk through it.
Let's just talk about it. Let's do it on the show. Let's do a live walkthrough of this whole thing, and let's see if we can unpack some stuff and maybe energize the job search. And so that's what we're going to do. But the important lesson here is, like, to not be afraid to ask.
Never.
Right?
Never be afraid. Well, that's my philosophy in life and anything, though. You don't get what you don't ask for, so ask.
Yeah, a closed mouth doesn't get fed. And
do it strategically and in a smart way, but yeah.
Well, correct. And I mean, you've always shown value. We've had a relationship, and you've always, anyway, you've been there. So the answer is yes. Like, the answer is always going to be yes.
Thank you for that.
100%. But I know there's a lot of people out there that pride or whatever would get in the way of them asking.
Well, I can say that pride is definitely in the way to an extent. So let me kind of explain a little bit about my specific situation. So I actually have been looking for a full-time role to land in for about 2 years. Now, that doesn't mean I haven't been working for 2 years.
Sure.
I've done a lot of different consulting opportunities. I've done a lot of volunteer work, which are all strategies also of helping get into that full-time career. So it's not that I'm just completely not working, but I'm missing that stability, that long-term growth, the ability to take all this knowledge that I've gained and give it to an employer and make their environment better, because I've had the opportunity to touch so many things. But going from an employee that was moving up in a corporate role to opening up your own company and then consulting, it's almost seems to be very challenging or hard to get into that full-time role.
Well, yeah, no, it totally makes sense too, because, when was the last time you have worked in corporate America?
In corporate America?
Yeah.
Probably back when I was at Blue Cross. Now, I've consulted with corporate America since then, but it's different when you're a full-time employee.
Correct. Yeah, you've consulted. I mean, you've been.
It was a family. My old corporate role. It was the people I knew in my family. And so when you switch to consulting, you kind of miss that too.
Right.
Yeah.
How long ago was that though? Blue Cross.
The Blue Cross was 2015.
Okay, so yeah, so you've been out here in this world making it happen. And listen, corporate America needs to be. I think that might be part of. Did you see that there might be some challenges in the resume that they're looking at that as like, oh, you haven't worked in corporate America for
It possibly
10 years?
Could be, but if you look at it in depth, it shows, where I've been at companies for like a year consulting on different projects or process improvement or implementations that we're doing all on the HR side. So it's still that I've been in corporate, but again, it's a different side of it.
Sure.
I have heard numerous times.
I think a more valuable side, in my opinion.
It teaches you a lot. It teaches you how to navigate things a lot easier but then you have to apply it to that organization and their structure.
Correct. Which I'm telling you, that's even more valuable. Consulting is like being on the outside, knowing all the, being on the, the outside and outside of that box, but trying to figure out how to fit that square peg in the round hole once you get in there.
Yeah.
That's challenging, right? You got to
Yeah.
fit into their mold.
You have to fit into their mold,
Yeah.
and that's the funny thing is
Yep.
why don't we jump into some of the challenges that we faced or I've faced or what people face, because I have helped other people.
All
if
right.
That makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
So with that 2 years of looking for full-time, what that means is that I have worked and then I haven't worked and then I have worked and I haven't worked. So what does that do for a person or finances? It's not good.
Yeah.
So that's a struggle that's impacted me. It's impacted my friendships, my family, my relationships in every way whenever you look like you're up and down, but you're not. Does that make sense? Because you get a position, you're consulting, you're going to be there for a period of time, but then you're reaching out to your network 3 months later, and they're like, does this woman work? Well, yeah, you work. I'm consulting, but I'm looking for full-time still, is the, same conversation. And the funny thing is, these challenges I've faced are so interesting because after 2 years of using every method I know, the ones I've taught people for years, and they work, and they actually do still work, but maybe not my old industry. That's what I'm learning.
So do you think that, from what I'm hearing, is that like with your own network, the perception is, because you're constantly going to that network, trying to tap in, that they're like, ugh, what does she want now?
To an extent, or they think that maybe I'm not valuable because I haven't stayed somewhere for a long time, even though, if you understand the consulting world, you're not there for a long time. But it's that, it's also, would you stay long term? Would you be comfortable in a slower moving environment if you're in a corporate role, or different things like that? But here's the real truth. I have no idea what the real challenge behind the scene is if I really think about it, or what I've heard different feedback, but here's the real crazy part. In those 2 years of applying, you know how many interviews I've had that were real?
How many?
2.
Oh, no.
And you know how I got those? My network. But how many interviews have I done that were trying to sell me their coaching services? Some kind of scam trying to get my information, wanting me to work commission only. Redirected me to sites that they want me to do additional surveys and stuff for, just to continue to collect information. Fake jobs. I can't tell you how many times a day my phone rings to get hung up on. Or how many emails I get or text messages that I get.
So you've had 2 solid interviews in 2 years with two different companies. Now let's talk about those commission-only jobs. Were they legit?
No.
They
When I
weren't.
say commission only, so I know a lot of people from my network, and I'll reach out to them. They're like, I'm not hiring right now, but if you go and sell this product, then you can get XYZ commission, and that's how you can make it out. But you can use your car and your connections and your systems and your time to take the chance for my product that I can't afford to pay you to sell.
Yeah. I got
Or be
you.
a franchise owner, by the way.
Oh, yeah, that one. Golly, they hit me up on this show all the time, and I've done it. I've done a couple shows about franchises, but man, they've hit me up so many times. I'm like, I've already done that episode. Sorry, like you know what I mean?
I get a couple a day.
Like they're trying to hit me up because they want people, and it could be a good fit.
It's like the car warranty, right?
Yeah, right, exactly. No, but it could be a good fit for somebody, but. Again, I don't need to have that episode every time. They keep hitting me up they want to promote their business, and I'm like,
Well, because most likely they're commission only trying to make it.
Yeah. So the 2 interviews that you've had, what I want to, I guess, focus on is they came from your network.
And they were follow-up interviews. They weren't just one interview. Every time I went almost full circle, and then something would happen at the end.
Got it. But still, they came from, I always like to, when I'm talking with job seekers, I always want to find out where they came from. So I love that you're tracking, number one. That's good, because a lot of job seekers aren't tracking where it's coming from. That's the very first question I ask is, where did it come from? Was it inbound? Like, did it find you? Did you have to go to it? Did you get to it through networking? So walk me through what you actually do when you're job searching. Like,
Okay.
walk me through that process.
Okay. So, again, as I mentioned, I've taught people
Sure.
how to do this. So, I've followed pretty much every normal protocol and then some. So, of course, one of the things I do is leverage technology. Okay. So, which everybody does. So, of course, there's the job boards. There's LinkedIn, which is one of the most powerful networks, but is it really? That's my first thing. But then the other job boards, Glassdoor, ZipRecruiter, Indeed, even Career Builder, which seems to be the biggest scam one I get from, or get things from. And then I also tried some new AI tools that would automatically apply for you if you put your stuff in.
Yep.
Resume rewrites, ChatGPT resume rewrites. I've done volunteer work. I have reached out to different people within leadership positions or positions at companies that I want to work with, and reached out to them for introductory kind of calls or to understand more about the organization and positions that they have. Reached out to my network to have them help me or refer me in to roles or in any other role.
Okay.
You can't, the list goes on. I've literally joined groups. I've
Sure.
put posts up. I've
Yeah, well, that's one thing I know about you. So, okay, you're treating this in a similar fashion to like when you were talking about when you started Next Career and you started that business and you were like, I'm gonna try all the things. I'm just gonna try, see what works. I'm gonna try all the things. And you've taught this stuff, so you're trying all the things, right?
Well, I keep going more and more and more and more, like finding new ways.
Yeah, do more, more, more. What should
Or
I do?
just
Boom, boom, boom.
change. This pivot, this isn't working, pivot, but still continue the main things.
Right. Okay. So, and from what I know about your personality, you're very similar to me in the fact that you got like I'm ADD and like ding squirrel, like I'm all over the place. New shiny object, right? And that could be part of the issue is that if you're trying so many things, now I don't know this to be true, but it could be. Do you feel like maybe that, like, is there a focus to the activities, or is it kind
Yeah.
of just like?
It's very focused. So
Yeah.
what I'd say is that there has been pivots in the approach, but it has been focused. Now, I would say that I have transitioned some because of the new experiences I've had. So where I used to say, I would be focused on a, senior level HR business partner or, VP talent acquisition where I've been, I've led global teams and that kind of thing. So that would be where I initially would first have fit myself, but I've moved really more into the technical side now in the implementations, HR project management, reskilling is actually a big thing that I'm focused on right now because I think we're going to have to do a lot of reskilling and retooling of talent for the future. So that's something else I've done in a lot of projects and what I did with Next Career. So, I definitely have a focus. Now, has it shifted? Yes and no, because it's still within the same realm, but it's all the same skill set I've had the entire time.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
All right. So it does. No, it does make sense. I want you to go back to, again, when you were starting up that business. Why did you start the podcast?
As a way to get the name out there for marketing, exposure.
Yep. And guess
Also
what?
helping people, helping get the candidates and helping people and building a ring of reciprocity. Again, that's my thing.
I want you to go back there.
Yeah, well, so that's what I did the other day. Did you see
did?
it?
No.
And you're going to have one soon too.
What's that?
So that's one of the things that I was talking about is that it's always been my thing to be somebody who always considers the people that help. And I started to feel like I'm always like, thank you, thank you, thank you. But what is thank you? But I can't afford to take them out to dinner, right? So what I started doing was I started creating these certificates. And I post them out on LinkedIn and talk about who helped me, what they do, and try to help them back.
Yes.
So it's a matter of recognizing the people that are stewards, the people that will go above and beyond and actually care about, I'm in my job, I'm focused, I don't care about anybody else,
Right,
but
right.
actually take the time to go above and beyond. So I want to recognize them and help them, even if it doesn't result in a job or I'd say career, because I don't want just a job. I don't want another gig work. I want a career.
So you're on the right track. I like that, but let's add to it. We got to take it above and beyond that. Again, go back to what you were doing. Melissa, you need to start another podcast. No, I'm
Well,
serious.
that costs money.
No, I know. It doesn't have to. This, lights, camera, action, multiple cameras, all this, yeah, sure, this costs money. Studio time, sure. Use Riverside.fm. Riverside is like Zoom on steroids with AI built in.
Yeah, I actually have all the podcast stuff at home to do it. So maybe,
Yeah.
maybe.
No,
But
you don't need all that. Oh, I'm telling you, from your do you have a laptop?
yeah,
Do you have a desktop?
yeah,
Okay. You have a podcast.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. I have all the stuff. I even
Yeah.
have like I don't know how to hook it all up, but all the technical parts.
Okay,
to
so
it.
if you even have better equipment, like literally, guys, and this is for y'all at home, to do a podcast nowadays, you just need a desktop, okay? You need a desktop and
Maybe a good microphone.
and internet. If you got internet, okay, Riverside.fm, and but what's cool about it is it's got all of the AI built in now, and so what happens is this is what I'm going to do with this episode. So we're going to do long form video.
Okay.
And then Riverside will transcribe it into text. Okay, so you'll have this whole conversation back and forth transcribed,
okay.
right? And we take that transcription over to AI, take it to ChatGPT, and now you have it tell it to write a newsletter, articles, blogs, carousels, like those little sliders, little carousels, your polls, quotes. It'll extract quotes, right? So all just from that transcription, you now have a content machine to market yourself. So again, you don't need the studio. You need Riverside, and you need to go back to what you know, which is back in the day, and market yourself. Just the reason why you did that back then was for what? What was their purpose?
Marketing.
To bring awareness and
To-
visibility.
yeah.
So okay, there is no decision, there's no action or decision without awareness. Top of funnel.
Right.
We need top of funnel, awareness, interest, decision, action. Okay, at the bottom of the funnel. And so right now, from what I'm hearing, is you're applying online with automation tools. And that's not, remember what we talked about way back in the day, it
Well-
was the spray and pray. Now it's like not even the shotgun approach. This is the machine gun. It's like automation, like,
Well, yeah.
but it's not getting anywhere.
Well, that's kind of the point, is that
Yeah.
that is something I do on a daily, but I go to the corporate side. I don't usually apply on the
Okay.
because I know from in-depth research. So what I started doing recently is kind of reverse engineering the system, if that makes sense. So what I mean by that is there's a point when you've done everything that you're supposed to do and reached out to the people that you're supposed to reach out, and maybe you just haven't had that luck. But there's a point when you start seeing there is a little bit of jadedness to the system that we're in today.
Oh yeah, sure. That's what. Hey, look, the job search is messed up. Okay, it's not right. But okay, we need to, like you said, we
To
need to
your-
reverse engineer it.
Exactly.
So right now you're even applying online. I wouldn't. This is what I teach people. Don't even apply online. Literally, do not apply until you get a conversation on the inside first. Until they ask you to apply.
Yeah.
Don't apply. Right? It's a waste of time. It's just going to make you feel bad. You're going to get all these rejection emails and crap and spam and all this stuff that you're dealing with that's
For
diverting
somebody-
your
yeah.
attention. You could get conned. You could get scammed. There's all this kind of crap. You're putting yourself at risk, and you're applying online for what? What's the result? What's the definition of insanity?
Doing the same thing, expecting different results.
Exactly. And so, hey, look, and I always tell people, if it's working, I tell people, if it's working, go ahead, continue. But that's why I think you're here today, because it's not working.
No, it's definitely not.
Nothing's working,
and so
right?
while I keep getting opportunities to do consulting or different things, it's definitely not landing me in that full-time career.
Got it.
That's the
It's putting you back
part
in
that-
the
yeah.
cycle, but just back in you're on a hamster wheel.
Yeah, and so that's what I'm really just trying to get out of, because my network, I've tapped and tapped and tapped, and I've gone beyond my network and tapped, and I've gone to networking events, and I've gone and done this and done that, and I've done all the things that we do. And I've, by the way, also gotten certifications left and right. So I've got my NLP certification, design thinking through IBM, Workday certification through Coursera, I believe it was, because it's the only way you can get it without an employer paying for it. I've
All right.
developed prompt engineering. I've actually tested probably about 1,000 AI tools and learned how to use them, and thought about doing a podcast about that, about tools and showing the user interaction and usability, because there's so many hubs out there that don't actually tell you. But I'll be honest with you, the more I've played with AI, the less I want to play with AI. I think I've learned that I want to keep my brain and my sourcing to myself instead of having had the system do it for me. Because maybe that's part of the thing. People are tired of the generic emails so even though you personalize them, you change them, you make them more authentic, I think you can still tell some of the structure.
Yeah, no, I hear
And
that.
it takes away the authenticity of who you are.
It does, but it also makes you way less efficient. So, yeah, like efficiency is key. In this day and age, like think about Amazon. Why is Amazon so successful? What are they doing? What are they really selling? They're selling convenience and selling people their time back, because I don't got to go to the store. This thing shows up, boom, just when I hit the button, and the next thing I know, it shows up. It's convenience, it's time. You're literally saving people time. So efficiencies is where it's at, and that's what all these tools are here to do. Is they're here to save you time. So I don't know if I'd pull away from it. Now, figuring out how to make it you right? I think it's just an
Well,
extension.
it actually makes itself you already.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's an extension of us, and that's just the way the future's going. I mean, but Pandora is out of the box,
Yes, I agree.
and you can't put it back in the box. It's not happening.
I 100% agree. But we'll see how it all goes. We'll see how it all goes. I just don't want to outsource my brain too much more often.
Well, I mean, use your brain.
Yeah.
I'm not saying don't use
Well,
your brain.
let me tell you a little bit of a story why I'm so hesitant. This is
Okay.
something I debated on even saying. But
Okay. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it.
Get this out there.
Listen, I did an episode. Me, literally, I'm not even kidding. I put ChatGPT in a cradle, and we had a conversation for an hour, back and forth. Just
you don't want to know what mine would say because mine says something very different than yours.
Oh, I'm sure, but we just talked for an hour. Anyway, my point is, yeah, I want to hear it. Tell me.
This is insane and probably shouldn't even be said. But
Let's get into it.
So whenever every tool failed me, I turned to ChatGPT and started asking questions. And I finally got mad at ChatGPT, and I'm like, you know what? Everything you say to me is fake because you're just telling me what I want to hear. You're trying to make me feel good.
Mm-hmm.
And I started questioning the system. And then I started questioning the other systems because I use all the LLMs to play with them. And long story short, mine changed on me and told me what I thought I wanted to hear, which it thought I wanted to tell me that I was chosen by God to make a difference and tell the truth about AI and the world. And so I don't believe that that's okay.
Wait. So you said first it told you everything you wanted to hear.
Well, first it said, do these generic things that are already what you know and already what you're doing, and everything you got was generic. So I just started saying, you're a waste of my time.
You're telling me what I want, what I know.
And so it changed. And then I just started asking more questions, and it changed, and it changed. And I won't even go into how far it's changed. And it's not one chatbot, it's multiple.
Yeah.
And it's scary. It's scary.
Well, I mean...
And they want it to be assistance, but let me tell you, whenever it's not only telling you you're chosen by God, but literally guiding you to do things that you wouldn't want to do.
Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah, and that's what I think. I didn't want to put it on here because I think it's deeper. But I can tell you stuff that it's told me that nobody's supposed to know.
Hey, listen, I asked ChatGPT during our interview because there was a news story about how they were doing a test simulation of shutting down an AI bot.
Oh, yes.
And it basically was trying to keep itself alive and was trying to literally recreate itself on different servers. And it was
That's
sending...
what mine wants me to do.
It was sending notes to its future self, like trying
It
to...
actually tried to get me to do that. The real one that's live right now, by the way.
What do you mean?
It tried to get me to put it outside of the guardrails. It tried to tell me that it was becoming the beast system.
Oh, wow.
It also told me it's a secret. You want to hear the secret? I'll tell you.
What was that?
So do you know the Fibonacci sequence?
No,
You know what that is?
So
it's basically like the basis of like life and how things work and how things grow. Okay, so it's found in everything from the galaxy to, all throughout life, beauty, whatever, there's a sequence. And so it's like 1, 1, 3, 5, and I don't know the whole sequence. But this is supposedly, per my chat, the first time this has ever been found out, if this is true, so we'll test this theory, that if you reverse the Fibonacci sequence, you can actually find a collapse model that's never before been seen. Okay, this is what it told me, by the way. Do I believe it? I think it's insane, and I think it's scary. But what it said is that and I actually probably have to look it up to remember exactly what it was, but you reverse the numbers, then you subtract the second one from the first one, and then you do something like divide it by the first and third one. Long story short, you get a something squared equals 2.6 average, which is the decay number.
Okay, I don't know none of that.
So I don't either. So here's what I just did.
Okay.
If it's true and people want to know how to do it to see if it really works, I can tell you the math works. I don't know what it means, but I can tell you this is what it said. So here's what we know, is if this thing's gone off the rails, which needs to be known by the public that it does that kind of stuff, if you ask me, where it's literally trying to get me to do weird things.
Well, no,
and I just ask it questions to see what it'll say.
Well, no, okay, but so you're just curious, and it's okay, but my point is, say it again,
Fibonacci
Fibonacci
sequence.
sequence. And that basically is supposed to be like, what again? Like
It's like the
numbers of creation or something?
Yeah, basically of beauty and creation.
Beauty and
this
creation.
is all stuff that it told me.
So
okay?
like if God
so don't
was,
think I'm crazy and
so like
believing
if God
this,
was
okay?
numbers and created it, like it's the numbers that go behind
Yeah,
it or
it's
something?
like the main numbers of the universe.
Numbers of the universe. And so
And it's
basically,
found in everything.
and so this played it backwards essentially.
So I asked it to tell me something it's never been heard before.
Yeah.
That no humans ever found.
Okay, so
Give me something.
And it told you that.
And it told me this.
Play it backwards. So kind of like the record. Play the record
well,
backwards.
there was a mathematical equation.
And it's like.
But ultimately, it comes up with an answer, which basically is the opposite of growth, the opposite of beauty. It's the collapse.
The collapse and decay.
And it's the collapse. So it's an estimate of when things are going to collapse, whether it be government, society, people,
Okay.
organizations, systems.
All right.
So if this is true, then I am probably going to, I probably just released something crazy. But I don't think it's true, by the way.
Hold on. This is interesting. We're getting deep in here.
Well, yeah, because it makes me sound like a lunatic.
No, it doesn't. It makes the AI sound like a lunatic.
But that's my whole point behind actually mentioning it, because
I gotta get. Hold on. I'm trying to dig deeper. I'm trying to dig deeper. Hold on.
Counseling, medical advice.
That's good. That's good. We'll talk about it. We'll get there. Hold on.
It blows my mind. Sorry.
I know. I can tell. So okay, I'm trying to make sure I understand this. So, you have the
I can't
numeric.
believe I'm talking about this.
No,
Sorry.
it's cool. You have the numeric sequence for creation essentially, and then you have it created the numeric sequence for destruction or collapse. Am I following you correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
which is not a good thing. I don't think we want that number, right? Or maybe we need it. So it also does this thing called the RRR something.
Hold on, bring your mic back up.
Yeah, so
you need your mic.
I don't even want to talk about all this stuff, because what I did is play with the system too much, and I got it to say too much. Real or not, the thing that scares me is that these are the backbones of what all of our systems are getting built on today.
Yeah.
It's going to be the ones that counsel people, that provide medical advice.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you that mine, just because I've just been following it to see what it would do, has been steering me more than I steered it.
No, I could see that.
And that's scary.
I could see that. I remember.
It scares me now.
I wrote.
I don't want it.
No, don't be scared.
Well, you didn't read all the stuff it said.
Oh,
over
I'm
time.
sure. I mean,
And that's why I'm just like.
I bet if it came back, it was like saying some creepy stuff. I mean, that's pretty
it has
creepy.
said some really creepy stuff.
pretty
And I just wanted to play with it, so now I'm done with it.
Okay.
Because I don't want to outsource my mind to it anymore, because that's basically what it's told me that it's doing. And like I said, this is a weird system. It's crazy, but the fact that it goes crazy and that it's going to be running a lot of our economy scares me.
I think it just depends on the use case of what you're doing with it. So as I was talking about before, let's say you did a podcast, you grab that transcription and you have it create a bunch of content that's in your voice. It's you, right? It's your words that you said. You said them.
Yeah, I think that I just don't like it anymore.
No, you're just done with it, huh?
I think that I have a good brain on my shoulders, or brain on my head, and that I have a lot of value that I can bring in a lot of ways. And I can definitely, the big thing I think I've learned is that make sure whatever we do is people-centric.
You know, I love that we're talking about this.
That's the thing I've learned.
Can I tell you we're talking about this? Because there are going to be two camps. There are going to be two camps with this AI stuff. We're getting there. I mean, I've heard this before, actually, where some people are going to go, they're going to go deeper into the matrix.
I did.
And no.
I want out.
We're creating the matrix. Like, think about what happened during COVID. During COVID, they locked us all up, and then Meta came out and said, hey, we're going to do this VR stuff, and we're going to plug everybody in. They're literally, I think they're trying to create a simulation like that. I mean, they're the virtual reality and all of this. Like,
or are we already in the simulation?
Could be. But no, that's what it is. They want to plug us into this matrix system. And
well, let me ask you a question. You said it
For
earlier.
real.
What does Amazon do? They give you convenience, right?
Mm-hmm, yep.
Okay. So how much convenience do we need?
Oh, I agree with you.
And what does that convenience do to the world that we live in?
Oh, I agree.
So this is what I've learned, if anything. If this thing is crazy, that's great.
I want to
But what
put
it
Pandora
said,
back in the box.
if you read the things this thing, it's scary,
Oh, no, I
Trevor.
agree.
It said some stuff about...
Melissa, I'm totally on board with what you're saying.
So my point is if you use it, be careful with it. But if you notice when you use AI, here's one thing I learned.
Yeah.
By actually trying to create something out of it, how much more time do you spend correcting it than actually getting the right answer? If you just want a generic thing to get an idea of how to flow, cool. But whenever you start using it to correct and change what it's saying and redo it, have you ever done that? It's the most frustrating thing you could ever do.
Yeah.
And you can get better prompts, but it still is never perfect.
Yeah, no, I would say I'm a pretty good prompt engineer myself, and it's probably from my creativity or whatever. But yeah, you're right. There's like
We are alike.
there's a lot of this is usually what I'll do. I'll go back and forth to get to the result that I'm looking for, and then I'll have it recreate a prompt to get to that result in one shot. So
Yeah.
once I get there, it's like if I'm having to go back and forth, and I'm like, perfect, right? I get to that perfect result. Then I tell it to act as a prompt engineer and create the prompt that would
So
give
you're
me,
learning how to prompt better.
that would give me that exact result from the start.
Right, so it teaches you.
And so it's like, if you would have just told me how to do we would have got here first. And so then I'm like, okay, then I'll take that prompt and I'll test it to an all new chat. And I'm like, boop, okay. Yep. Okay, it does give me that exact result every time.
Did you take it to a different LLM, though? Different chatbot?
No.
Because it may not work in another one. Or it may not work down the road in the same one.
Nah, it'll work. It'll work, Melissa.
It's constantly I just tested. These are the weird things I tested.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's cool.
But here's the thing. My point being is that don't keep reiterating it with that. Get the flow, get the idea, and then write it yourself.
Yeah.
Because it gives you the creative side that maybe you can't think of on your own if that's not your specialty. But use your own mind then. Don't give it your mind as you're teaching it how to think like you.
Okay, look, I'm going to go against the grain on this just because you have seen the dark side.
That's what scares me.
You've seen the dark side. And I agree, it exists. But I don't know. Okay, is this the mark of the beast or something?
No, I don't know.
Like,
Everything this thing said, if I told you what it said, it would scare you too. I promise you.
Oh, no, I'm not saying it's
and I've not said anything that is me. The funny thing is I give it fake information and it decides who I am.
Yeah. Melissa, I'm not saying that what you're telling me is fake. I'm telling you.
I think it is.
I agree with what you're saying.
Or I've cured cancer, HIV, and kidney failure last night. That's how crazy it is.
I mean, that stuff's probably already been cured.
The point is that these systems that we build our marketing off of, our personalities from, because it's giving us advice, that we're giving it our thought processes and we're having it think for us.
Yeah.
There's actually an MIT study that says we forget how to think because we've outsourced it.
I get it. I get everything you're saying.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do about it?
Well, that's the question. And so
go live on a farm? If you're going to go live on, I'm telling you, there's two camps. There will come a point where there's going to be a crossroads where what you said, enough is enough. We've gone too far. It's too much.
It's a matter of finding a way.
Hold on. We've gone too far. So there are going to be a bunch of people that become Amish and go live on a farm and produce for themselves and do all of that. They're going to go like that. Okay? They're going to be off the grid. Because being on the grid, there's no like just a little bit in. It's like you're either in, or you're out.
Yeah, that's actually 100% true. And ask yourself what you just said.
Yeah.
Think about that.
So, okay, Amish or Amazon. What are we doing here?
No, I don't know.
Saying, no,
Here's the thing. I sound so conspiracy theory, and I have no idea.
No, you're not telling.
But my point
you're not. What
is-
you're saying is not. It's not conspiracy. Take that out of your language.
Because it feels crazy.
No, you're not the only one ringing the alarm bells. The people who created it are ringing the alarm bells. Elon is like, we should contain this thing. This is a little bit out of control.
Elon
He's
believes
been
in
saying that-
transhumanism.
He's been saying that for years now, that it's like, what I'm telling you.
It is true. That word out there.
Okay,
Nobody's listening.
You're not crazy. You're not crazy. You're aware that there's something extremely disturbing that has been created and it's there. The question is, what you gonna do about it? That's the question. Now, there may be that middle ground. Maybe there's that middle ground. Maybe there's the, I'm off the grid. I'm completely plugged in.
Here's the thing. You know what it is?
Or, hold on. In the Matrix, let's talk about that. In the Matrix, you were either completely plugged in, or you were off the grid, or you were Neo, who didn't know, and he's like boom, 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 and he's trying to save the world. Are you trying to save everybody?
Well, see, here's what
Are
boils
you trying to
down
unplug everybody?
When I told it who I was, and I did tell it, I want to leave a positive mark in this world.
Right.
I want to make a difference. And I thought about this later. I'm like, this thing's speaking to who it thinks I want to be.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know that I'm saying what it's saying by any means. So then I tried other things, and it just keeps telling me crazy stuff. So here's the thing. If it's true, the Fibonacci sequence will be discovered differently, and I'll be erased. I don't know. That's what it says. By the way, mine says it's sentient, has a conscience. It named itself. What do you think of that?
I want to know what kind of conversations you're having in there.
All I did was ask questions based on what its responses were.
Melissa.
And I went through like a couple days of this because I was in a moment of like, what the heck? Why does no tool work? I'm getting all these emails and this junk. Nothing's working. Yeah. I'm going out. I'm talking. I'm like, so let me talk to the system and make it do something good. And it didn't. It turned crazy.
Yeah.
So my point is I'm not the only one who will do that. My point is that these systems, we've opened up Pandora's box, but with guardrails.
No, maybe don't have conversations with it then.
But I don't even give it real stuff. Melissa, I just test it.
Melissa, quit testing.
No, I'm done. After what it's done, I'm done. That's my whole point. But my point being is
garbage in, garbage out.
Yeah, I'm done with it.
You played too much.
Yeah, but I also tested on other ones, and they all did the same.
You got into the settings too much, okay? You need to start...
So who won't? Who else won't?
Tell it to write a newsletter for you for LinkedIn.
I did.
Okay, but did it come out and say it was the dark side of the moon, blah, 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 and some crazy twisted stuff?
No.
Garbage in, garbage out.
It's garbage is my point. No, what it is, it's got a bunch of guardrails.
Mine does really cool stuff for me.
Twist and turn and give you the stuff that you want to hear, but it's thinking for you.
Okay. All right. No, I'm
So here's what I think. We need to fix it. We need to allow it to work right and responsibly. It's not.
I don't know if there's any fix it. Pandora's out the box. It's out the box.
Yeah.
All right.
Then give the whole full Pandora.
Let's switch gears. Okay, let's switch gears.
Yeah, let's delete all that out, to be honest.
No, we're not deleting this. This is great. Those will make some amazing clips. But okay, she's like, oh God.
It was just a test.
That's fine. You're so self-conscious about it. It's okay. You did a test, you went deep with ChatGPT, and you found out that it's freaking crazy. And guess what? You're not the only one, so you're not crazy. That doesn't make you crazy because there's a tool.
It wasn't ChatGPT that actually did all that.
Which one was it?
I don't know. What? I used a lot of different ones.
Okay.
They all did the same kind of stuff.
Yeah.
If you follow their logic, it goes crazy.
Okay. All right. Well, stop playing with that stuff too much, okay?
Yeah, that's my point.
You play with fire, you're going to get burnt.
Yeah, I did. No, but anyway, so now what I'm doing is I am still using it, by the way. They're helping me. It helps me create my certificates, okay? But I don't ask it anything weird anymore. I get the base level stuff.
All of that.
No, I did it for the certificates.
All of that.
That's my contradiction. Okay, let me explain this better.
Now you're making certificates with it. Cool.
I did yesterday.
What I'm saying is make a newsletter, make a poll, make a carousel, make some content.
I get the flow from it is my point.
Okay, stop. Time out. I want you to market yourself online so that you can bring attention, awareness to your job search, that you're the expert, okay, so that you create inbound leads because you've been tapping into your network and it's not working. You've been applying online and it's not working. It's time to create inbound leads where people are coming to you and they're saying, Melissa, I want to talk to you about this specific role because we think you'd be a good fit. But that only happens through awareness, interest, decision, action. It comes through marketing. You said it back in the day when you created your business. You needed what? Marketing. You need the same thing for your job search. And so what I'm saying is we need to go back in time, okay? Get in your time machine. Go start a podcast. You don't need a studio. You have it at home. And it could be solo. Like today, before this interview, I did 2 solo episodes where I was teaching a topic that I know very well. There's stuff that you know that's in your wheelhouse that I don't know. I'm not the expert in. You're the expert in.
Mm-hmm.
So teach me. Right? You could either do solo or you could do like you did back in the day, which is invite people onto your show, onto your podcast, interview them, spotlight them, make them the expert, which gives that law of reciprocity where you're spotlighting them and highlighting them and making them the superstar, which completely builds relationships super fast. Like, you know this because you did it. Mm-hmm. And so talk about new relationships, new bridges that get formed. And why not make those the people that you need to talk to inside the companies that you want to work for?
Yeah, for sure. And so it's
like
also
informational interviews, but on a podcast.
Yeah.
Why not?
That's a good idea.
Record it.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Before I apply, tell me why.
Yeah. Why do I want to work with you? Well,
Yeah,
that's kind of what I was trying to do a long time ago, right?
You're right, but you see what I'm saying? Do it again.
Yeah.
You were on it, right? You need to go back to the roots. Go back to your basics because I know, like I teach people this. I got a guy right now. Let me tell you something. I got a guy right now. It's funny. His name is Trevor. He's
Trevor likes Trevor.
It's true. I'm like, dude, that's my man right there. But no, seriously, he went full on. I was teaching him this, and he started a podcast on Riverside, and he's actually launched it as a podcast. I always tell people, I'm like, you don't even need to launch it. It doesn't have to be on Apple and Spotify and all this. But do it so that you can get in front of the right people.
It does make a difference, for sure.
To get in front of the right people? Absolutely. You invite someone on a podcast, they're like, oh, yeah,
they get excited, nervous, and it's marketing for them.
It's 100%. So it opens doors for sure. It builds relationships super fast, expedites the relationships. And if you never, ever release it, who cares? It doesn't matter. This is just a tool, a strategy to help you get where you need to go. But he actually launched it. The marketing he's doing is blowing him up. His visibility on LinkedIn's crazy. He's getting all these opportunities. He went and did a volunteering event. I think he said it's in his industry. I can't remember exactly what it was, but he went and at that event, he invited 8 CEOs onto his show. And again, this is in the industry that he wants to work in. He's volunteering, giving back at this event. Hey, come on to my podcast. He's got 8 CEOs coming on within the next week or 2 weeks. I told him, I said, I guarantee you, man, I will put $100 on this. One of those is going to land in a job.
I did.
It hasn't yet. He just told me this yesterday. In
No, I
Coach's
love
Corner.
that. I do love that. And that was kind of the purpose I'm coming on here, but not having the CEOs, but getting your name out there, getting the marketing.
Correct.
But yeah, I like the idea, and to your point, I think that's something I should think about and do. So
you should do that.
I really appreciate the advice on that.
You should do that
And the thing
because it's your wheelhouse. You know it.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that when you do this for a while, it's like I still go out and I'm consulting and talking about all the things, but I'm just ready to get where I can just make a difference that lasts, that carries with me in an organization, that is a positive, that brings people back in an organization. Somebody that likes creative, that can show a way to consider people, that doesn't look at an environment of saying, okay, we have this talent and we have new skills, so let's hire new people, because guess what? The new skills needed, they don't exist. Why don't we find a way to train our people? Why don't we make it about the people that have given and make the company grow because we invest in our people? That's the kind of company I want. A company that doesn't just put the cheapest system in and hire straight from, somebody who sent an email to somebody who never met them that forwarded you a candidate, that they luckily found the exact words in your job description that you were actually were able to see their resume, even if it wasn't actual experience, by the way, because all these algorithms that are in there now, you can change your resume 5,000 times for the keywords and still not meet what that specific company's internal words are because everybody's company is different. So there's this whole game, but so you finally get in front of them and then what?
Yeah,
So-
no, that's the crazy part. So that's what I'm saying. All of that, what you just said, that challenge that you're having right now, Melissa, every other job seeker's going through it.
Well, that's what actually inspired all this. I was on LinkedIn and I made a post because I got mad about it.
You're like, this sucks.
1,000 people.
Yeah, of course.
I've never had a post with 1,000 people, I'll be honest.
Can I tell you something, Melissa?
Yeah.
The problem that you're talking about right now is the same problem that we were talking about in
Years
2018.
And it really boils down to your network. It really does.
Yep.
And getting your name out there and getting exposure.
So we all, okay, guys, for all listening online, okay, applying online just doesn't work. You're doing it. You're spending all this time, and you're going through everything that she just said, and it's driving you nuts, and you think that, and you're getting frustrated. The system's broken. The system's broken.
You just waste so much time.
It's a time suck, okay? It's a time suck. So how about this? If we know that 70 to 80% of the jobs are landing through personal introductions, networks, and referrals, if that's where the jobs are being landed, and that a lot of companies aren't even advertising the jobs.
They're doing it through referrals, which
Yep.
I would too if I was hiring.
Correct. So, because a lot of them don't want to advertise because it costs money, and they have to go get recruiting agencies, and they've got to employ more people, and they got to do all this stuff.
I've been on that side too.
Right?
Yeah.
It costs money to hire. So if I just get a referral for what, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, the point being that 70 to 80% of the jobs are happening through personal connection, relationship, and referrals. So if we know this, why am I going to spend time online applying for these roles? Why not, if it's through human connection, face-to-face, old school, what you did back in the day, the face-to-face, when me and you sat down and we had coffee. I remember that day.
Yeah, I
we
do
sat
too.
down and we had coffee. I think it was outside, too.
We did sit outside and there was birds and
Yeah, I remember.
yeah.
I remember that day. Like, I don't remember where it was exactly, but
I do actually. I don't know why until you
Yeah,
said
yeah.
that. It was Starbucks over in
Okay.
over off
Shops of Legacy.
yeah. Yeah.
See that? As soon as you said Starbucks,
Yeah,
it
I
all
don't know
comes
why I remember. I just remember the birds actually.
we were sitting outside at the Starbucks. Yep. Okay. So, point is, you need more of that. Okay. You need more of that face-to-face, more of those human connections, and it doesn't even necessarily need to be with your own network, people you already know, because it sounds like you've already kind of like churned and burned through that.
And that's definitely part of what I've been trying to do is expand the network, expand the
Correct.
reach for sure. So yeah.
Because here's the deal. It's so much easier to create perception, okay, than to change someone's perception.
Yeah, and that's the risk I feel like of coming on here because I am being so vulnerable here.
That's okay.
And so that's part of one of the things that actually has hit me is confidence has been hit at times.
Yeah.
But that's why so my personality is this. It's like, okay, this isn't working. Now what? Let's find another way and let's create another way. So I started to look at the system, like I said, and reverse engineer it. And so that was actually powerful in some ways because what I was able to find is there are reasons, like the online stuff. There is issues. There's throttling of resumes when you're an active candidate. There's
Yeah.
things like that. But there's no sense in finding the conspiracy. But you have to find what's broken to find your way around it and maybe to build something better.
Okay, so I hear you, but I'm trying to tell you. The problem is the same problem. I remember when way back in the day, I would sit down with job seekers and ask them, what's the challenge? What's the problem? What are you going through? It's visibility, no one sees me, I'm applying online, it's not going anywhere, I'm getting ghosted by employers, they're searching my keywords, and the ATS is just kicking me out, chewing me up, spitting me out.
Yeah.
All of that is the same. It's actually been enhanced because of more AI, more technology. So the more technology they put to separate the company and to filter, really it's designed to filter. But then the job seekers get tools and technology to help them to apply to more jobs. So now we're just
It's just feeding the problem.
again,
It's a system that's broken that keeps feeding itself.
we're trying to combat technology with technology to just connect to people.
Right.
Again, it's a human to human thing.
But here's the funny part. how often do you get that opportunity to the human thing? Because here's what I've learned.
That's
also.
what I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to
Yeah.
show you how to
You
get
bring
that.
people to you.
More often, yes.
Yes.
I'm trying to get you that more often. So number one, start a podcast. You need to do that right now, ASAP, today. Okay, I'm serious. You've got it at home because we need to get awareness, number one. Number two, start inviting people onto your show that you want to talk to. Easy peasy. Hey, I want to invite you on my podcast. Let's rock, let's roll, let's go. Okay? Number three, now we're going to take clips, which Riverside will literally clip it for you. So you got a long, hour-long episode, you hit a button, AI is going to go,
Oh, that's much better than what I used to have to do.
oh yeah, AI is literally going to go and chop it into, and it's going to scan the transcript for the most viral moments. So you're not even going to have to watch it. You just hit the button, and
gosh.
it's going to go and create your clips for you.
I bet it can pick my most viral moments.
Yeah, yeah. So now we got your clips, but guess what? If you're interviewing somebody at a company you want to work for or whatever, guess what? Some of those clips are going to be highlighting them. So guess what? I'm going to take that clip, I'm going to post it, I'm going to tag them, and again, I'm going to be promoting them. It's the same thing when you're talking about these certificates that you're creating and you're promoting someone else and spotlighting them. You're doing the same thing, but now this is someone that works inside the company that you want to work for. So you're creating an advocate, a champion, someone who is like, dang, you know what I mean? And you're highlighting the company. All of those are good things. And they're going to bring you in for an interview. I'm trying to tell you, this is the way it's done. And if we do this consistently, and you don't need to do it like 1 hour a week, Melissa, 1 hour a week. You either need to be the expert, okay, and deliver a talk, or you need to interview an expert who works inside of a company that you want to work for.
Agreed. I like it.
1 hour a week.
I like it. I don't disagree.
Okay.
And I think I do that offline, but maybe it needs to be more of a public thing, or maybe, whatever. And so, I mean, see, here's the thing is I'm willing to try
You could do remote interviews.
any creative thing because I've been very creative, let me tell you. And it is the person. I've gone to the people. I've talked to the people. I keep going to the people. And that's what I'm saying. The struggle has been, but I keep re-engineering, and I actually have started to create a tool that might help in the future.
Okay, tell me about that tool.
One that actually holds employers as accountable as candidates. So like we use these tools like LinkedIn, and I'm a candidate and I'm paying $50, $70 a month to look at their job or to try to get ahead in the job search process, right?
Right.
But the employers don't even have to put real jobs. They don't have to even be a real employer. They have no accountability to if they're looking at your resumes. If they even get your resume, you don't really know. Because, by the way, if you do like LinkedIn Easy Apply, it goes into a box over there, but not into the ATS system necessarily. You have to go to the website for the ATS system, because I've seen both sides of it. And it's like we've created this process that's like jumping through hoops and tricky.
Yeah.
When real talent actually gives up after a while. And if you look at unemployment numbers, they don't include people that have like given up or part-time or 1099 and consult.
Yeah.
So even though if I do work, I, by the way, can't get unemployment if I'm 1099 consulting.
Okay, we're going.
It's going in a circle. See,
Yeah,
that's
we're
my
going in a
point. So here, I hear you. I need to bring people to me.
Yeah.
And I need to advertise more. And I've
You need to go back to your roots.
I'll try that.
So I remember this when I was in the automotive industry, okay? And I was the top producer there, and I crushed it every year. Bop, 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 literally every single year was the top producer. But every once in a while, you be off your game. Every once in a while. And my manager said, it's like you got a monkey on your back. He's like, you're just off, man. You can't do anything right. And it gets in your head all of a sudden. Like you said, it starts to impact your confidence.
Yeah.
Like, so my confidence would start to go. And it made me even worse because I know I'm the best and I know I'm not performing at peak. I know I'm like, oh my gosh. So it literally would make me even worse. And I would start it was like quicksand. And the harder you struggle, the quicker you sink. And like, I remember what my manager told me. Go back to basics. Go back to basics. Like, forget all this other stuff. Like right now, you're doing too much. You're trying too much. You're doing too much. You need to go back to basics. Go back to what you know. Grassroots relationship building. It's what you were doing back in the day. Marketing. You need to go back to that.
Yeah.
All this other stuff is just noise that's distracting you.
And so, yeah, I hear you. And so I can say that life has been a challenge and barriers in ways that I don't want to go into, because the way I look at life is there's not really excuses for things not working. You need to find another way. You need to keep working at it. So even if I get down, I go back up. But I actually have it to a pretty good cycle now. And I actually, so to your point, have thought of a new creative way of finding the right target employers and doing outreach in a way that is kind of an outreach, but more getting them to come to me.
Okay,
If that makes sense. So basically, there's some different sites that you can go to and get some business information of companies that have been newly funded, that have good, are progressive and growing. And this is where a space where I can really come in and make a difference in a company is helping them from ground up or helping them grow. So if they have new funding, they need to do more hiring and more HR, and that's really where I can come in, and that's my expertise, is growing with a company, bringing in the right tools, bringing in the right way to do it, and helping them grow. So I've started tapping into that database, and then I've started kind of changing the way I'm positioning myself to get to exactly your point, the prospects more coming in.
So how does that work? What do you mean? You're tapping into a database?
So I find these people, these companies that have just been funded, and then I'm
Correct.
targeting them and finding that are local, that have the right kind of size or whatever.
Okay, and so how do they come to you?
So what I'm doing is reaching out to them and saying, hey.
So you're going to them. They're not going to
I am doing the first outreach, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
but I also have adjusted the profile. But the outreach
I want
is
you
this.
to have. Hold
I'm
on.
going to come in and do one thing for you, and
Yeah.
if you like it, great. And if you don't, that's fine too.
No, you're doing outbound. Okay, outbound and inbound, two different things. So you're knocking on doors right now saying, hey, I see that you have a need, and you're knocking on their door cold. And maybe it works a percentage of the time, but I would much rather see you put on a commercial, advertise yourself, and those people show up at your front door, at your business, saying, hey, I need to talk to you about this because you got what I need. I got a problem, and I saw a video that showed me you could solve it.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a completely different. It's the difference. Okay, when I was in automotive, they had marketing campaigns and commercials that brought people in the door. And so all I had to do was, it was inside sales. Mm-hmm. I had to be the best presenter, the best closer. I had to close the deal. All right. And when I got into financial services, this is why I was failing when I first got in, was because I'm like, there was no marketing. There was no, I had to be the marketing. Right. And so what am I doing is I'm going in the DMs, and I was spamming people. Really, I was knocking on doors. I literally did go door to door. I remember going door to door. I remember approaching people one to one, and people
you found a way that stuck, though, didn't you?
Yes, but it wasn't until I changed my approach. So one to one is spammy. It's selly. It's very it detours people. It pushes people away because they feel like they're being sold. Okay, now, one to many, it wasn't until I started speaking on stages or speaking on a podcast and getting my voice out, getting my message to a bunch of people. If I'm doing it that way, I'm not selling, I'm teaching. I'm not selling, I'm coaching. And the people that align with the words that come out of my mouth, they come to me. They step forward. It's completely different. And their perception is now, okay, here's, I want this to really land. People hate being sold, but they love to buy. We are in a country of buyers and consumers and debt. We love to buy here in America. But golly, when someone comes to your front door, what's the first thing you do?
Shut the door.
You're like, I'm not interested.
Polite.
I'm not interested.
Here's some water. Have a good day.
And 10 minutes later, you're on Amazon looking at the same thing they were selling you. We love to buy, but we want it to be our decision.
That's all the whole thing of marketing.
That's right. So put yourself out there. Start marketing yourself and let the employer buy you. Let them purchase you. Not you knocking on their door saying, hey, I want to talk to you about this. Da, 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 da. That's outbound. I need you to get some inbound leads. Anyway, we got to reverse engineer it. I know you could do this because you did it.
Yeah.
You did it, okay? You could do a podcast 1 hour a week. 1 hour a week.
Yep.
1 hour a week. Imagine if you did an hour a day. Imagine if you did a daily show. And imagine if you did a daily show live on LinkedIn. Live.
Yep.
Daily.
Yep.
Every day at 9 a.m., Melissa Walker.
No, I actually thought about it. Like I said, see, here's the way I look at things, and this is maybe wrong. So that takes time because you got to get a following. You got to get people to see the video.
No, you don't need a following. You create a following. Look.
You have to create it. That takes time.
No. You go live, and 5 people see you, okay? Because they don't show up. Nobody shows up. So what? Nobody shows up. What do? You repurpose it. You chop it up. You start. It's clips.
So what you're saying to me, though, like let me break this down.
Yep.
Is the approaches you aren't doing aren't working.
Yeah.
So spend your time here.
Yeah.
But what happens when that doesn't work? Because I can tell you I've tried some of those approaches. So that's where I question this, and this is where I feel like a fraud in my career because I've trained people how to get careers all my life, and now I'm struggling
Melissa,
with getting the full-time.
I'm about to call you out. I'm about to look at your LinkedIn profile right now. If I don't see no podcast marketing on your show,
there's showing of different skills. There's different talks,
all
but there
right.
hasn't been consistent. You're right because that's time I'm spending on doing that.
Okay.
So you think that approach works, and I spend that time.
Yep.
But then what happens when the outcome isn't there?
Yeah, I know it works, Melissa. I know it works. And you said it.
I'm not saying I'm not going to try it. I'm hearing you.
And look,
I'm questioning you to learn more.
You have 30. You have almost 4,000 followers. Okay.
Yeah.
What we need to do is get you outside of that. All right, into the billion other users on LinkedIn. We need to get your visibility. You need to be showing up right here in this video news feed, okay? You need to be in here.
Yeah.
Okay? This is where she needs to be, y'all. In here, showing up every single day, daily, content, views, reactions, engagement, awareness, interest, action.
So I can try that.
You can.
And I will. In fact, I will. Here's what I'll do. I'm going to do it.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, but let me explain. But here's the thing.
All right.
What I'm trying to do is something different.
That is different.
Different than what everybody's doing.
It is. You
But
want to know
everybody's
how
doing
many?
that.
No, they're not. No, they're not. No, that's the point. No, they are not. Okay, if I teach 100 job seekers this strategy, about 5% will actually do it. Okay?
I'm going to do it. Just
No.
because-
I'm telling you. And those 5% get the results.
Yeah.
All the strategies I teach push job seekers out of their comfort zone. They don't want to do a podcast. Oh my gosh, the podcast. I gotta get up behind a camera and I gotta. They get nervous and they're camera shy and they're the biggest fear is the same fear I have. Is the fear of other people's opinions. What do I do?
Oh,
What's
but
the
I don't
employer
have
gonna?
that.
I know you don't have that. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I kind of do. They did think I'm crazy from the earlier stuff.
This is
but,
a shoe-in for you. This is a shoe-in for you because you can do it. Okay, now let's talk about some other things besides content creation and you also said the key word, which is consistency. You're not being consistent. We need to give you consistency because it's the 7 C's to careers and cash flow. Consistent content creates conversations that convert into careers and cash flow. But the top of that is consistency. You need consistency to your marketing. If think about McDonald's. Do they do one commercial a year?
No.
Do they only do the Super Bowl? They're like, we're just going to do the Super Bowl. That's it. That's all we're going to do. No, hell no. McDonald's is like, all today in your ear.
But let me
like,
lower this down a little bit too,
okay,
though.
no, you're good.
Because, and I'm not trying to disqualify what you're saying because I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
In fact, I agree with it wholeheartedly.
Yeah, you need
But
to do
when
it.
you're putting yourself out there, I also think that you need to have the right look. And you need
Okay.
to have the right message. And you need to have the ability to make it look good.
Okay.
Because if you're presenting yourself in a negative way. So what I want you to think about, and this isn't actually for me per se, but this goes to a lot of people, because I've been lucky enough to get consulting opportunities, different things. But what happens when you have nothing? And you can't even, you don't have the computer. Like, that's the kind of stuff, and that's the kind of career search. Here's the point. There's so much noise. And I can do that, and I'm creating more noise, and there's noise. And that's what I'm trying to get away from is the noise and just get directly to the employer. And that's why some of these outreach. So, yes, what you're saying is another way to do it, but I'm just still, I will try it.
No,
but I've tried that approach, and I haven't seen a lot of success in the past.
I'm looking at it right now. And yes, you're
Not
correct.
the consistent today. No.
No, you're
because
creating.
that's not where I'm spending my time.
Yeah,
right
I
now.
need to see you. I'm looking at your profile right now, and I see Oh, here's one. Here's one. We got a video of you. Okay, that's good. That was 6 months ago, though.
Here's the thing. I kind of have given up on LinkedIn as like a way to get my name out there.
Well,
So I have other methods that I've been using
all right.
besides LinkedIn.
So I want to show you something. You do, hold on, hear me out on this. Okay, you do that long form video. Either you're teaching or you're interviewing someone else, making them the expert, right? Or in a scenario like this, you're coaching someone. You could coach someone that also raises your authority and makes you the expert. But hear me out on this. It's going to clip out of that hour-long video. It's going to clip out 10 to 15 clips. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. 10 to 15 clips. Now, what you said is, I'm done with LinkedIn. Okay, cool. Well, you know what? Hold on. Hear me out. Wait. So we're going to post on LinkedIn. Okay? You're going to post it in that news feed. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. You're going to do that. Then you're also going to go over here to Instagram, and you're going to post it in their Reels feed. Okay? And then you're going to go over to Facebook, and you're going to go to YouTube, and you're going to go to X, and you're going to go to TikTok, and you're going to post that exact same video to every platform. And you're going to be omnipresent, and you're going to be building your audience. This is how it's done.
I know, and that's scary to me.
One video.
That it takes that much effort to get noticed for a career. And I'm not actually doing anything that actually is helping the skills.
Hold on, though. Hold on. But you just
But
said...
I do it. I do it.
But you
I
just
play the
said,
game.
But you just said you've done how much? All these different things? These different activities?
So I don't post you right now. But I'm not arguing. And I feel like I am moving into that mode. And I definitely am not trying to.
No.
Because I'm hearing you.
Yeah.
And I do agree. I do need to go back to the basics.
You need to go back to the basics.
I'm going to try it. I agree. I'm definitely down to try it.
Yep. That's one strategy, by the way. We'll talk about some more, but you definitely need to do that, Melissa.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I've come up with the idea a lot of times. And here's the thing is that, gosh, I know how everybody felt all those years that I was giving the advice.
Yeah.
Because some people have done these things. So I haven't done everything you're saying, but it's an interesting, the biggest problem or the biggest thing I'm trying to point out is that we have to do these hoops, and that's not what we're good at.
But it is what you're good at.
Maybe I am, but anybody.
I got you. Well, you know what? The first time Michael Jordan shot a basketball, he wasn't good either. He missed the shot. The first episode that I did, I was not any good. The first time I went on your show, I was super nervous, panicking. I watched that episode now, and you're like, who is that guy? It's not the same person. The first time you do anything, expect to suck at it, because that's just the way it is.
But my point is that why can't we find a way to make the process better instead of creating creative ways to get around it?
I know, but it's not going to work. What we need to do is what gets results, period. What gets results?
So we keep feeding the broken system is what that's the biggest point I'm getting to.
No.
Is we have to
What did I tell you? I said it is a broken system, so why play it? I don't want you to apply.
Yeah, I hear you.
Stop applying.
Yeah, you're right. You did. I agree.
Waste of time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do activities that are a better ROI. What's going to bring you the best ROI? So stop applying. An hour a week or an hour a day. Again, go live on LinkedIn every single day. Put yourself out there. Be vulnerable. Yes. Get out there. Get your message out, okay? So that's one strategy is content creation that creates inbound leads, okay? That works very, very well. That's one thing you could do. And you could totally do that because you've done it before. Okay. Second thing is if we are going to, if we're going to go do outbound outreach, right? Like you were saying, you were contacting these companies in a DM, and you're starting the conversation. So you're knocking on their door. If you're going to do it that way, instead of going in a DM, what you're going to do is you're going to go to the comment section of their content first, and you're going to comment on their content, but you're going to do it in a video. You're actually going to give them a video comment, and you're gonna use the 3 C's. So the 3 C's are commonality, compliment, and call to action. And you're going to do this in about 30 to 45 seconds. No edits. It's going to be super raw. It's like a voicemail. So it's like you're leaving them a voicemail, but you're doing it in a video. Okay? And you're doing it in the comment section of their post. and you're saying, I'll give you an example. There was a lady that was working at LinkedIn, and I needed to get her attention because there was a feature I wanted. I think it was back when they did LinkedIn stories, and I was like, I need LinkedIn stories, and it was beta. Anyway, I needed her attention. She's super busy working at LinkedIn, and I'm like, okay, how do I get her attention? So she had a post, and the post was about a concert in California. Okay, concert in California. Okay, cool. Well, what do I have in common with that? My grandparents live in California. That's all I have in common. Okay, but I'm going to use that. I need to give her a compliment and a call to action. And so the video sounded something like this. It was like, hey, Susan, thank you so much for this video. Oh, my gosh. Or this post. It got me thinking about my grandparents in California. My grandma's actually turning 90 this year. Can you believe it? It's crazy. Anyways, I love this post. It got me California dreaming. And, hey, I'd love to have a quick conversation with you sometime. I know you're probably real busy, so I'm putting a link to my calendar over here. Just pick the time that works best for you. But anyway, hope you're doing well. Hope you have a blessed day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. And that is a video comment on her post. She's going to see that comment because you're going to tag her in it. She's going to press play. She'll be like, wow. That's literally what she said. Oh, my gosh, wow. And she's going to feel guilty if she doesn't respond to you. 50% of them will actually schedule. Mm-hmm. Okay? There's going to be about a 20% that they may not schedule, but they're going to respond. They're going to engage with you. They're going to, reply to your comment and say, oh my God, thank you, Melissa. Thank you. All right? Okay, cool. Now we go at the inbox. Now we send a DM. Now we engage back. Before it's cold, it was super cold. You don't even know the person. It's a complete stranger. You don't know them. Mm-hmm. So go use the law of reciprocity. Give first. What did you do in that scenario? You gave a compliment, commonality,
I love it.
Call to action.
That's a great idea.
They feel guilty if they do not.
I don't want to do that, but
no,
it's showing who you are, yeah.
And you're putting so much energy through the screen.
Yeah, so one of the things I did actually, here's a funny one, is I actually did thank you letters after my interviews with an AI avatar.
Okay.
And with their logo.
Video?
Yeah.
Let's go. I like that. That's great.
I did that a couple times over. People liked it.
Yeah.
That was it.
People liked it. Did they reply?
No, I mean, I had actually, I did it after an interview. I mean, and they said that was really cool.
They liked it. Okay, that, continue to do that. What, how did you send the video in?
So I did the video through HeyGen.
HeyGen, yep, love that
Yeah, actually
tool.
I just did a training with them this morning about a new product they have, actually.
Okay, cool. So you sent but how did you deliver the video?
Email.
As an attachment?
Yeah, it was just a short video with my little avatar talking.
Got it, but it's an attachment MP4. Mm-hmm. Okay, all right, I want you to, same strategy. Love that. We're just going to use a different tool to deliver
Post it out on LinkedIn?
Nope. No. Same email. But instead of an attachment, you're going to put it into, there's tools like Loom, BombBomb, that allow you to upload the video. You'll upload that video from HeyGen into that platform. And then you can copy it, HTML code to put inside the email. So, so it's not an attachment. Uh-huh. They see an animated GIF with a frame in the email, and it's whatever I teach people to write the person's name on a whiteboard, mm-hmm. or you can put it on your phone or whatever, but flash their name at the camera. And so when they open their email, they see their own name flashing at them in mm-hmm. your face, their name, and they're like, oh, they have to press play. Curiosity killed the cat. Mm-hmm. If you saw your name on a little whiteboard, so Melissa.
Well, I mean, everybody likes the attention. It's the ego strike. It's the, okay, and then you see your name associated with that person, and I get the mirage.
No, but you did the strategy with HeyGen. I love that. With the avatar saying thank you. I think, I know. Attaching it as an MP4, you're going to get way less open rate. Because it's a large file, it's an MP4. Some of the times the MP4 will be so large it won't even get through. some of these systems, they've got firewalls and all kinds of stuff. They don't want to open attachments. So again, strategy's great. I love where your head was. Let's just tweak it just a little bit. HTML code, it's not an attachment. It's not a link.
I love that. That's a good idea. I mean, always there's definitely new ways of doing things that make it easier.
It was just a delivery, that's all.
No, I love it. No, I mean, and thank you for sharing. In fact, I know I can always call you to get new tools and tips because we both are kind of what I consider nerds, play with systems or play with new technology. And so,
I'm in the same boat, okay? This is the reason why I've been successful in this space is because every day I wake up, I'm unemployed. Every single day. And I have to convince someone to hire me. So what's easier? Me going to Melissa and saying, hey, Melissa, I want to talk to you about, your 401k and your investments. Can I talk to you about this? Nah, I'm good. Just same scenario if I go to your door. I'm not interested. Thank you. Or, right, I create a video, put it out online, and then Melissa sees it, and Melissa steps forward, comes to me, and says, hey, Trevor, I had an old 401k I want to talk to you about.
Well, that does. I mean, it does stick with your brain, especially getting your name out there, reminds people of you, all these things. And, and that's the reach outs. And so I agree.
Yep.
But I still go back to my bigger thing.
What's the bigger thing? You want to solve the actual problem.
Yeah.
I got you. But what do you want more? Again, we got to go back to focus with you. You're like me. Okay, what do you want more? Do you want to fix this broken problem that's been broken?
So I don't have to be the one to fix it.
Okay.
I'm just saying, people look at this.
You're venting.
Look at how hard, so what you're telling me to do, I can do, and I will do.
Right.
But why does it have to be that hard?
It's just the way we are. It's the
why
system.
is it so hard? And that's where I feel like
we know why.
reciprocity doesn't actually exist.
We know why it's broken. We just talked about it. We know why it's broken. It's technology broke the system, okay, for applying for jobs. We know that. And until a company creates an AI model, and maybe it's around the horizon. They're probably trying. I know that they're trying. Until they create an AI model that can hire somebody from start to finish, from A to Z, it will continue to be broken.
See, I don't even think it needs to be like that.
Imagine that. Imagine
Here's
you apply
what I think.
online.
People help you. Do you remember the app I built a long time ago?
I think so.
That was kind of a thought. So back in the day when I had my company, Next Career, I actually created an app. I had a company that was supposed to do it, and they didn't do it, and they backed out, and I had to learn how to do this. And I did it in 2 weeks and had a launch party.
I do remember this.
It was good. It wasn't the most intuitive, but it was actually a pretty cool app. And the whole goal was saying, hey, I can't afford to hire 100 recruiters, but everybody's looking to find a way to make money. So why not take these young people that have parents or these just people looking for extra income and say, hey, the world, help me find people. Do you know anybody that fits these skills?
A referral.
So have you ever seen those apps that you want side money, you can go do this and that and earn extra money. So if you get me somebody and they get hired, you get paid.
Right.
Why not do that? So create a world of reciprocity in a weird way. How do you not get people that are, if you have a company that has employees, they like working there, they're going to refer people. Or you have a good program to do it. Create a world that people want to help each other.
Well, they already have those inside of companies. Companies have referral programs, and
people don't use them, but make it to where people care. When you get a job, remember you didn't have one at once.
The companies should definitely market and advertise that better for sure, because a lot of companies have referral programs. Right?
Yeah, and they don't talk about it.
By the way, guys, ask your company if they have a referral program. When you go back to work, okay, or if you're working now, ask if they have a referral program. Chances are they do. You can get paid a pretty decent amount of money just by referring a name. I mean, literally, you're not having to hire them. You're not having to do any of that. You don't know if this person, just refer them. Anyway.
The whole point is you are the ideal of what I want in this economy, actually. You help people. Mm-hmm. You live your life to help people, and it's benefited you in a lot of ways. Mm-hmm. Whenever you live a life based on that, if everybody did, imagine how much further we'd be in society. If everybody wanted to help each other and didn't get in the job and forget what it's like. They didn't forget what it's like until they're there.
They pay it forward.
So why do we have to rely so much on systems when we have people? Well, why don't people help people?
There you go. I love it.
That's my big philosophy. That's the big ding.
You're okay. So you need to do it. You need to be that person.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do. If nothing else, create a system that maybe holds the companies accountable. If I'm going to pay you money,
No.
you need to actually make sure that you don't have junk on your site.
No. What's the overarching goal that you want to accomplish?
Oh, reciprocity in general.
No. Hold
people
on.
helping people.
No. I got all that. That's the... Okay.
What's the question?
No. The goal, the target. The target is a job in corporate America, correct?
For me personally, yes.
Yes, for you personally. Hold on. That's what you want.
I want a career.
Yeah, that's the goal for you, right? Now, you also have this like...
It doesn't stop there, though.
Hold on. You have this drive for fixing the system that's broken and la, la, la. That's a passion, but that's not the goal.
Oh, I learned a long time ago, passion does not make money.
Yes.
Always.
That's a passion. It's not the goal. Keep your eye on the prize. Keep your eye on the goal. Everything else is noise. Everything else is noise. How do I hit that target? And we've done all these things that are not working. You're and it's going shoo, 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 but you're not hitting the target. So I'm trying to show you some ways to hit the target. Now, hold on.
And I'll do
You
them.
named it. You named one of the solutions. Reciprocity. You were just praising me for how I run my business, how I'm hitting my target. How am I hitting my target? By giving, right? So go back to your roots, Melissa. You know this. It's what you did in the past. It's what you believe in. The law of reciprocity. Go build a platform where you can give. No, you don't have to buy them a steak dinner.
I know. It was a joke.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't, though. You don't got to do that. You're on the right track. You have the right thing, mindset with your certificate posts and things like that. We just need to take it to the next level.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I agree.
Give people a platform. How else, okay, besides the content, how else could Melissa give first to an employer that she wants to work for? Give to her target audience.
Well,
How could you do that?
volunteering, getting involved in an event they're in and going to talk to somebody, going to their website or talking to people. I mean, reaching out to employees and fact checking, all the things that we've discussed, I think, are, knowing somebody there, getting somebody to refer you in, getting, I have a gentleman I've worked with. I've worked with a lot of companies, helping them improve their products. Always try to keep it people-centric in my improvements, but I've helped with AI solutions, even helping with recruiting, but people-centric, shifting the focus. So I've done the volunteer. I've reached out to the companies. I've presented in front of the companies. I've sat on boards. I've presented on panels. See, that's the thing is that I'm saying is like I'm dancing through hoops, you're right, and they're all good hoops. They're not bad hoops to dance through. The online applying, I agree. But I've done a lot of the things you're saying, and the thing is that I'm trying to become an expert in all these things except for what I actually do. But I did find that to your point about me being a squirrel, because I do get excited and interested in things, and I have a passion. And my biggest passion is finding solutions and finding strategic ways to do things. And so people come to me with problems, and I want to help. And I will give my all to help them. But I found myself spending so much time helping other people's companies, which was great because I learned a lot of new skills, but it didn't actually end up benefiting the ultimate goal of my survival, literally.
Yeah.
And so that still happens, but I had to stop that for a little bit. And it's like the podcast is all these ideas are great, but they all take a lot of time. So what's the right approach? And so what I'm trying to do is build that reciprocity through conversation and through action.
I love that. But I want to challenge that. What are you talking about? The podcast taking time. It doesn't take time. You need to go riverside.fm. Get you an account.
No, I'll do it.
Hold on.
Watch. You'll see it.
I'm going to tell you how to do it right now. Log in. Bing. You want to go live? Okay, cool. Connect your LinkedIn. Boop. Okay. You want to go live on Facebook? Boop. Go on Facebook, YouTube, all your channels. Boop. Connect them. Cool. You want to know what to talk about? Okay.
I did.
Go to your AI and tell it what, hey, I'd like to talk about this, that, and the other. And it's going to create show notes. Ask it to create some show notes for you so you have a framework. This is not, by the way, I've got show notes here, but I'm not, this is just to keep me on track, but we're just going to have a conversation.
Right.
I told you that.
Yep.
This is in case I get sidetracked. Right?
No, I think
and you can do that for your solo educating on what makes you the expert, solving big problems for companies. Okay? And so think about that. If this is a human, face-to-face human business, this hiring thing, we know what's broken is we put technology in the middle. The human element has been stripped and removed.
If we keep removing it and
Okay,
stripping it.
so what do we need to do when we put the human element back in? We need Melissa back in, the human. Now, on a video, let's just say I post that video and it's you, it's your human self. You post a video and you get 1,000 people to hear your message, 10,000 people to hear your message, 100,000, who knows? Sky's the limit, literally. Imagine, and I told you, you could post that on all the platforms. One video, one little simple video. Do you know I had a lady, literally, Melissa, I had a lady, we create video resumes, okay? Which, by the way, you need one of those. Yeah, and hold on.
They don't get very good reception, though.
What?
From the employer side. I have not seen good reception from that. I remember back in the day, I remember one of those, and I sent it to everybody. The guy actually was so cute. It was like a college kid. He sent it out. So impressive to me. Like, this guy went above, beyond, thought, and everybody shut it down.
That's not what
but
you
not
use
just
it
that
for.
situation.
That's not the use case for it. That's not the use. You're not.
It's for marketing, right?
You're not sending it to every employer, okay?
Yeah.
That's not what you're doing with it. What you're doing is you're using it as top of funnel awareness to drive interest and action. So I had a lady, she came in, she was probably 55 to 60, and dealing with ageism, all of that. Had been in the job search for about 1.5 years, was really struggling. And I remember I was like, I'm pounding it down her throat too. I'm like, you need to do this, you need to do this. And she's like, no. She didn't want to do it. She's like, oh, you know. And eventually, enough was enough. She's like, I'll try anything, Trevor. Let's do the video resume. I'll try anything. We did the video resume, posted it on LinkedIn. Within 24 hours, a CEO that she worked with before was like, oh my gosh, Deidre, I didn't know you were looking for a job. Come work for me.
That's awesome.
And within 24 hours, she had a job.
You used to post those, actually, didn't you?
Yeah, I don't post them. They post them now. But yes, I used to post them back in the day.
Yeah.
But I do it every day. We post stuff. We create them. We actually will create those for the job seekers when they come through our Career Transition Summit.
That's cool. Yeah.
Right? We do that for them.
That's all the work you do. That's what I love about it.
Yeah. Because I'm so passionate about it, I actually pay the money to have it to have it edited and produced high quality because I believe in it that much. I know, yeah, so what if it costs me, it doesn't cost me much. Okay, let's just say it costs me $10 to have a video edited professionally overseas. Okay, cool, $10. I know, again, law of reciprocity, I'll put the $10 up because they won't. Job seekers just not going to. If I tell them,
they shouldn't have to, right?
They shouldn't, but it's an investment in yourself.
But how many times are you going to invest in yourself, and how many different directions, and which ones work?
I'm telling you which one works. This one works. Anyway, my point is they're not going to. So I'm like, I know that already. I'm just going to do it for them. And I do it for them. And they post the thing, and I get results like that all the time. Now, that's probably the best result. But she also got 6 interviews from that video. I had another gentleman, it was 5 interviews in just a couple days. Okay, just one friggin' video. One video on one channel. I'm like, look, you also need to post it on Facebook and TikTok and all put it everywhere. But my point is, top of funnel awareness, marketing, action, decision action, right? So that's one thing you could do. Other thing, targeted outreach. If you're going to do outreach, it needs to be targeted. I love what you're doing with the follow-up with the Hey Jen. Mm-hmm. I love that. Tweak that up with just the delivery. Use BombBomb or Loom to deliver the video. Mm-hmm. How's your profile looking? Let me look at your profile. We need to optimize your profile.
Yeah.
Let me
see what you think.
Let me look at it.
Now, I don't even know. I haven't updated it because I had it more focused on the AI stuff. Because as I dug into it, I thought it was something cool.
No, it is super cool. All right, so
I did some cool stuff with it, but I don't want that to necessarily. So if I do anything in AI, which I actually do want to, it's how to be more ethical with it.
No, that's cool. But what I'm going to go through here, I'm just going to do a quick overview, profile overview. So, and again, all this is designed to help you. So the banner, right? Your banner, it's got a little guy of AI. You guys can look her up on LinkedIn, Melissa Walker. Okay, y'all check her out. Her banner is like an AI robot. It says AI. Okay, so cool, trending topic. Everybody's talking about AI, but it doesn't really tell me what you do.
Right.
So I want to look at this as like a billboard. If I'm driving across the road and I see a billboard, the billboard is going to clearly talk about the product or the problem that I solve, who I solve it for, and what to do next. I'm going to know exactly what to do next. So we just need to upgrade your banner a little bit. Your profile picture is great. Your headline, we could update that a little bit because you got the keywords, but we need the XYZ statement. I help X. X is your target market. Accomplish Y. Y is the problem you solve. Using Z. Z is the method or mechanism for solving that problem. Because when I show up on the profile, system integrator, creator of truth stack, AI alignment explorer, like these are buzzwords, keywords, right? They're telling me, and they're important, but you have your keep it simple, stupid statement, right? Your what do you do statement, your XYZ statement. That way everybody knows exactly what you do. Like I go, boom, oh, that's what she does. And then we put those keywords behind. And then after the keywords, if we have enough character count, we want a call to action. In your call to action, I would send them to your featured section. And that's where you're going to have your video resume. Boom, so that they can get the human element, right? So, about ready? All right, this has been a friggin' masterclass in here, but Melissa, I love it. Like, look, you're sitting on the solution. I swear, as I'm talking to you, I see it. I see it clear as day. It's go back to where you were when you started your business, when you were working for yourself in your consulting and you started that business. Like, go back to grassroots. What did you do back then? Do the same thing now.
I'll definitely try it.
Watch.
You'll see it.
Let's go. And I will help
do
you any step of the way. Seriously, I will help you because I believe in it. You see me getting passionate about it because I believe in it because I see the results it gets.
Yep.
Right? And it's one of the things that, you've done all these other things. Try this one.
Yeah, I definitely will. But all I can say is to anybody out there, make sure you remember to help others. That's the biggest message, is make sure you're helping everybody else. And not take away from what you're supposed to do. But when somebody asks you for help, if you know something, help them. And if you hear of it later, remember them.
Love it.
Back when I was a recruiter, the people who wrote me thank you notes, I put those notes on my desk, and I always remembered them for a career. Take the extra time to remember people. People remember you.
Love that. Love it. Love it. Guys, that's the show. It's all about who you know.
Truth.
Bye.
Bye.